All right. Well, I've started
Sounds
recording,
good.
so.
Penis.
All right.
Prison wallet.
Yep.
You got to give it a couple seconds before you
Penis
say
in a
penis.
prison wallet. That's how you start. That's how you start a video.
I
You started up.
I just figured I'd go ahead and just extend the courtesy, just to let you know, hey, I've since that we've had that one issue where I just started recording and then we just kind of started going into like personal stories. I figured I'd give the courtesy.
I appreciate it. Yeah. It also
that's
gives
fair.
us a heads up to know when we can start swearing and
Yep.
saying.
Saying
All right.
the rudest shit.
All right. Apologies. Okay, we're good.
I don't feel like that's an authentic apology.
Oh,
No.
what? Here. Hold on. Hold on. Oh shit. Yeah, not very. Yeah. Yeah.
Is that more of a deception roll?
No. You'll never know.
I will never know.
So I added an extension to the server. If you don't read the general chat, if you hold control and roll a check, it will roll advantage. If you hold alt and do the same thing, it rolls disadvantage. Why they pick those,
that's
I
so
don't
cool.
know.
That's so much better.
My Monday game has a large number of Sahuagin, and Sahuagin get advantage on any attack against a creature that's taken 1 point of damage or more.
Cool.
So there's a lot of those
Mm-hmm.
and whatnot.
Doesn't seem to be working for me. I'm holding down control. You say it was control, right, or was it shift?
It's control or alt, but it's not throwing dice. It's rolling something from your sheet.
Like double clicking a skill check.
Oh, okay.
You can't really get advantage on a random dice.
Oh, that works. Okay, cool.
Oh, it works for attacks too. Cool.
Nice. All right.
Should streamline a few things, but let's see here.
Nifty.
So we're going to run the game. The recap shouldn't be too awful long. Last game, you guys, let's see. You guys finished up exploring the caverns underneath the underdark city of Gracklstugh, the Dwergar city of blades. Uncovered evidence that the king was crazy, and you decided to hand that information over to somebody who would probably use it to start a civil war.
That's okay. It's not my home.
Well, what you gonna do?
It's true.
And then it became apparent that the paranoia in the city was spreading. It was not even a full day after you handed the information over that you were tipped off that they were wanting to arrest you because they were now suspecting you of being double agents. You quickly got out of the city after having turned over evidence that probably was going to spark some type of race war in the city of Blades between the Dwergar and the Darrow being the half-human, half-dwarves, deep dwarves, that is. You returned on your boat to the castle of the Kobolds and turned over freely the armor and weapons and gold, and that was where you discovered the hostages that you left in their care against your will. Probably why they are hostages. 2 of them died, and Bupito killed Fargus, and the third fled, leaving you with just 2 NPCs of your original group of 10, that being Jimjar the Deep Gnome and Stool the Myconid Sprout. As I last understood it, let me pull up this map for you guys. As I last understood it, it was your intention to go from the square.
Mm-hmm.
I kicked you out of the server, Will. When I reset it, you might have to rejoin to see everything.
I can see the map you pulled up.
Fair enough. You said you can or can't?
I can. I see the. Looks like hand drawn.
Right. So, as I understood it, you guys wanted to go from the square, which is the Kobold's outpost, to the circle, and then travel up to the fungal patch to drop off Stool before turning for Blingden Stone. Along the way, attempting to avoid the drow that are hunting you, as well as find a route to the surface. That's been your purpose all along. You didn't find any route to the surface in Gracklstugh, but you know.
Didn't we look for one either? But yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of at the low end of the totem pole there. Or low on the list of priorities, I should say.
Yep. Well, I'm not leaving till I get Dawnbreaker, so yeah.
And Spirit's not leaving without her family, so.
Oh yes, that's also maybe important. Yeah. I'm joking. Of course, very important.
All right. So, is there anything that you guys wanted to do that you thought of between now, last game, and this game before you depart?
No, I'm good.
Go back and search for those boots of speed. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
No.
We'd have to be a lot more stealthy around that area if we were to do that.
Oh,
Did
yeah,
we-
no.
We spent our money, yeah.
Yeah, we bought stuff.
See, I think I just decided to go for the healing potions at the end because there ain't nothing else I'm going to be able to use it for.
Fair enough.
Mhm.
All right. So, thought I'd give you guys a second to acclimate. Before we actually start navigating completely, I'm going to turn on the loudest of the music that I have. And what you're going to want to do is right click on gaming music and adjust it if you haven't so far. I got mine set to about 40, maybe 50.
Yeah, mine's at like 60, I think. Yeah.
So if you need to adjust it, you can. As a courtesy of the closing schools, we do have our children home with us.
Very
Hello,
good.
kids.
Sorry for talking about penises.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry I'm late, friends.
No worries, Mal. We're in
Unacceptable.
combat. We're all dying. Get
Oh
ready.
no!
No, joking.
You died
Yeah.
first.
We sent the kids downstairs and gave them permission to play Xbox. We thought that would keep them busy for quite a while.
Mhm, mhm.
Mal decides to show up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just got done watching 1917 with a German guy. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, that particular game didn't end very well for them.
No, not particularly.
Yeah, wait till they see the rematch. It went even worse. All right, so Mal, only thing you missed was a quick recap, a courtesy that we have an observer who wants to see how Fantasy Grounds works. A couple people shouting penis a few times, and I added an extension. If you hold Control and use an ability of yours, it will roll at advantage. If you hold Alt and roll an attack or spell save or whatever you have, it will roll disadvantage.
Nice.
All right, so we are going to dive right in. And you guys are traveling. Do bear in mind that the nature of this campaign is that traveling between 2 points in the Underdark is not the same as you will find it on the surface. You will not be traveling from point A to point B and then the DM navigates or narrates. You traveled for 5 days uneventfully. There are very few things in the Underdark that are uneventful. You will often, even if you're not attacked, you will see evidence of things that have happened in very recent time as you pass through. So traveling in this campaign is its own part of the campaign, so it is a major part. With that being said, you guys didn't have anything to do. The kobolds informed you that they considered you allies. You can use this outpost to rest at any time you need it. And so with that, you have at least secured 1 point of alliance. And it wouldn't be Gracklstugh because you guys fucked that city up. All right. So as you guys head out, turn on some of the more soft music they hear. The Dark Lake, they send you out with 2 boats, keel boats, enough for each of you. And this is the keel boat map here for your happy use. If you guys want to, I will drop your characters on there. I will put 1 kobold on each of the boats, and you can arrange your kobold
I am both of them.
or your character any way you want. Let you guys choose which boats. Somebody can move Jim Jar and Stool. I don't care who takes charge of them.
Okay. Can't move Jim Jar, or somebody else is trying to move him still into my aim.
Sorry about that. My wife's throwing her stuff on the ground. I think it was a bad idea to give her wine.
That was Jujubee.
Don't give your dog wine.
Our dog's name is Jujubee.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I thought she was just talking gibberish there for a second.
Yeah.
That comes with another glass of wine. So, does anybody want to take over for, let's see, Jim Jar? I will free him up. I will free up Stool. Well, anybody who wants to play them can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. I'll take them. But they are available characters for you guys to take.
All right.
All right. So, as you depart the Kobold's outpost, they provide you the 2 keel boats, each with a guide, a Kobold dragon shield, black because they are from the Black Dragon clan. And you do not need to make any type of navigation checks. The navigation checks are automatically successful due to the fact that you have guides. That would be the beauty of a guide. You guys have a reasonable lead on the drow due to the deal you made, presuming it was honored. I'll let you guys decide whether or not you think it was honored. As you move forward, you will need to decide, just like every other travel day, do you want to attempt to forage for food and what pace you're traveling at? The paces are, fast, normal, slow. Reminder, since it's been probably 5 months since you guys have been traveling at a fast pace gives you a -5 on your perception checks to spot any type of ambush. Traveling at a slow pace gives you a +5 on your perception checks. That's your passive perceptions. And normal pace gives no bonus or penalty. I believe because you have a Gloomstalker Ranger, you can forage at any speed, and they can forage pretty much without any rolls.
Yeah, get twice as much food, blah, 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 yeah. Yep. We can move stealthily at a normal pace if we want to, but...
I'm okay with a normal pace.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we'll try and do it stealthily, yeah?
why not?
Meaning normal pace stealthily, just in case there's a Demigorgon or whatever,
That would never happen.
Wink, wink.
We're not
Wink,
at that level
wink.
yet. God.
Boy. All right.
Not yet. For the record, that can happen. It happened the last time I ran out of the Abyss. On the random encounter chart, the level 8 party ran into a challenge rating 23
Oh my
Demon
God.
Lord.
This is fine.
They ran.
Yeah.
Yes,
Understandably.
because Tony is random.
So the first day of travel, how fast do you want to be traveling? And I will pretty much eliminate any questions about foraging because A, you have a Gloomstalker, and B, you have the ability to create and purify food and water. So it's more of a... And navigation's not really required for a Gloomstalker either, is it?
No, not. Well, we can't become lost. Well, unless it's magical.
So we'll just eliminate that completely. So the only thing I need is the speed you want to travel at.
Normal,
Yeah,
Normal.
stealthy normal.
Okay.
Which I guess
Everybody give me a
technically means a slow pace, but we're literally going normal, but technically means slow. You know what I mean?
for the expeditiousness of my game here. I'm gonna roll your stealth checks for you,
Nice.
Cool.
and I'll hide them because it entertains me to do so.
Great.
I don't know how stealthy we are.
So
Nope.
the first day of travel is what you would expect to be mostly quiet as you do pass through the area that is patrolled by the Black Dragon, young Black Dragon, but Black Dragon nonetheless, as well as patrolled by the Kobolds. It's pretty regularly protected, and even some of the Dwergar patrols overlap in this area, so most of the creatures that would be here die. During this time, and Jimjar takes the time to explain that it seemed once you guys became departed from the Kobold Keep that since you guys were enclosed they were enclosed in such a small area and unable to, even in Velkenvelv, when you were prisoners of the Drow, you guys were able to get out of your cage. Because of the just complete claustrophobia, Bupido began struggling with the isolated nature of their confinement, and he just became more and more withdrawn. And one night he literally cut Fargus's throat, disemboweled him, and he turned on Stool and would probably have just tried to murder them all. He doesn't know why he snapped. He doesn't know the nature of the situation that caused him to snap, but the whole situation devolved very quickly, probably just a few days after you left.
Yeah, Jimjar, don't feel too bad. We found out that he was, Bupido was a necromancer of a sort. And was probably the one that killed, and I'm blanking on his name.
Mm-hmm.
It happens. Jimjar, he understands and says that it seems like, as far as he can tell, there's something probably related to Demogorgon that you guys saw exacerbating the standard personality issues, such as the dragon being abnormally more aggressive. He's curious if you saw anything related to that in Gracklstugh.
Yep.
Kind of.
Yeah.
He's concerned.
Very strange things.
He's very concerned about Blingdenstone. He asks if you know anything about Blingdenstone, if you guys have had any interaction with Blingdenstone.
I do not know anything about Blingdenstone.
We know it that way. And Kosjurkis points in the most incorrect direction.
Blingdenstone is a recently re-established city of deep gnomes. It was destroyed by Menzoberranzan some 100 years ago. The deep gnomes, my people, fled and were gone for many decades. Recently, with the assistance of the dwarves of Gauntlgrim and Mithril Hall, Blingdenstone has been recolonized, and it is being reclaimed, taken back from the monsters that claimed it. It is known as the only Svirfneblin city in this area. It is in close proximity to Menzoberranzan, but it was very well defended. He is He says he is very concerned about the presence of this corrupting influence. But he's reasonably certain once you guys reach there, because of their ties with the surface, that you can get a map or at least directions to the surface.
That would be wonderful.
Indeed.
I hope nothing's wrong with your home city.
Hopefully you guys will be able to reach there fairly quickly. After returning Stool, of course.
Mhm.
Correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't we also supposed to deliver something to Blingdenstone that we agreed that we would do?
Yep, bag of bones. Oh yeah,
Bone bag. Who's got the bone bag?
I have the bone bag.
Okay.
And for some reason I thought we had something else to deliver outside of the bone bag.
Gym jar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well. Alright then. Fair enough.
Luckily for you, your first day of travel is totally uneventful, which is fairly abnormal. And you have the opportunity, should you choose to use it, to reset any of your spells if you happen to be one of those people who are able to reset spells, which I
Sweet.
believe is 3 of you. Rolen, Kosjurkis, and Agile Smoke. All 3 of you have the ability to adjust your spells. If you want to do that before we travel forward, do so now. Let me know when you're done.
Done.
Doing that.
Fucking Rangers.
I have too many spells, Tony. Help.
I know, same.
I can fix that.
No.
I have all the spells.
All right, I'm good.
Keep in mind the number of spells you get are level plus spell casting modifier, so should be 5 plus 3, maybe 4, depending on how high your ability is.
I got +4. Awesome.
So you should have 8 to 9 spells.
Hmm.
All right. Since you two are good, you guys travel and sleep on the boat. It's considered 2 days of travel. On the second day of travel, and the kobolds do tell you that it will, towards the end of the second day, you will make landing on the shore of the Dark Lake. And as you are traveling through the Dark Lake, you do pass through numerous tunnels, and you actually pass through a lock and dam. It's an abandoned lock and dam from the Dwergar, where your boat has to enter this area. One of the kobolds climbs up and floods the area before raising your boat to a different chamber. As you pass through these, you have numerous areas of Pharisaies. And this is the point when I need to put an extra responsibility on all of you
Uh-oh.
who can cast spells.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Not me then.
Anytime you cast a spell, that's 4 people in the group, including sorcerers and wizards alike. It won't happen every time, but for my 1 second, please.
All right, everyone. Cast as many spells as you want. Nothing will happen.
Sweet. Produce flame.
I cast Fist.
Muscle wizard, cast us a spell.
If you cast a spell, I'm going to need you to roll a d20.
Oh no.
And I will probably forget some of the time, and you will probably forget some of the time. But let's do our best to remember to roll a d20 when you cast a spell.
You got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Does
I'm
anybody
gonna
want to
apply-
go for a
I'm
deep
gonna-
sea adventure?
I'm good.
I'm going to apply 2 long rests because you guys have had 2 long rests, and that will put your hit dice back to full as they should be.
Nice.
All right. So on the second day of travel, as you guys notice, the tunnels and the caverns you're passing through in the Dark Lake begin to grow smaller. About halfway through, you notice that there are a number of islands, and this is where the map I sent you earlier, the map you should have now, is. You notice that off to the left, as you see on the map, and this area now marked, you might have to zoom out, but it's marked by a nice purple circle.
Hmm.
There's a crashed boat. The boat is fairly similar in size. The ones you're, at least in design, it is smaller, but not much. It is crashed into the shoal there, and there are numerous bodies laying about. They are Dwergar. It looks like possibly a Dwergar trading mission. And from this point, it looks like the bodies have been punctured repeatedly.
If we want to go ashore, I can ritually cast Water Walk. And I'll walk ashore. No.
I'm assuming because we can see them from here, the punctures are pretty obvious.
They are.
I don't like the sound of that.
Can we notice any? Is it like a sandy kind of shoal, or is it rocky?
It's rocky.
Okay, so we probably can't see any tracks.
Possible.
I will try to see some tracks, or see
Give
if
me a
anything got
perception
dragged
check.
somewhere.
Give me a perception check. You're still in your boat, correct?
Yep.
Give me a perception check at disadvantage because of the distance.
Ah, shit.
Still, +7 ain't no joke, man. Damn.
No. Only the Gloomstalker does better. Fucking
Yeah, actually, yeah.
guy. Double proficiency, my ass.
If we want, maybe your boat can get closer, and we'll hang back and provide support via ranged methods.
I don't know if we should get closer with the boats. I'm gonna sit for like 10 minutes and cast Water Walk as a ritual. So like anybody that wants to go can go. Cast on everybody, I guess. I can cast it up to 10 people. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah.
The kobolds are staying with the boats.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
I don't blame them.
I suppose I could also just. Oh, I closed the window. Can I get the map again? I suppose I could just go sneaky quiet over and take a look. See.
Okay, you got Water Walk on, so.
No one
After
wants
10
to talk
after
me
10
out of the
minutes.
idea.
I'll go with
No,
you if
no.
you want, but I'm less stealthy than you.
Yeah, is this area lit up, or is it like darkness?
It's darkness, Mr. Invisible.
So I forget. Does that give me an advantage on the stealth roll or no?
Your stealth roll? No, you don't get advantage on it.
You just can't be seen, but they can smell you.
They can smell your fear. It only lasts for an hour, so don't dilly-dally.
I'm just. When I get to about here, I'm gonna stop and make my own perception check. Is there any movement at all on the island? Or I guess
Okay.
even under the water below me. Ooh.
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 Hey, that brings up a good question. What happens if something grabs you from below when you're water walking?
There's no movement that you can detect, and you get yanked beneath the surface is what happens to you.
But not right now.
Not this instance.
Okay.
I was very concerned. It's like,
That comes later.
uh-oh.
Watch out for Cthulhu, boys.
I'll like get to here and I'll like slow right the fuck down and just like peer about, see what I can see.
So what you can see is it looks like the boat was crashed at least at some point before the people were killed. Looks like the fight took place, whatever killed them, on the island, but the boat wrecked at a relatively high speed. It's pretty damaged as you take a look at it. The people are torn apart in terms of they look like the majority of them have been impaled by a large, I mean, from the surface, it would be if you were impaled from a small tree, hole in your chest, maybe the size of a football for you Canadians,
Mm-hmm.
a soccer ball for you Americans. So it's fairly large.
All right. Do I see any of their cargo out on the beach here?
All of their cargo. There is nothing that seems to have been taken. All of it looks to have been at least thrown askew by the high-speed crash. But there are
Okay.
numerous barrels, some of them, most of them damaged, crates, things of that nature.
Okay. So like, okay, I will make my way over to the boat and just kind of like take a look inside.
Okay.
Is there a hold? Like, is there like an underneath the section, or is it just like a skiff?
No, there's a small cargo hold. It's pretty clear from the crash there that it's open and probably flooded. If this boat were to not be hung up on the rocky shoal, it would be definitely sunk.
Right. All right. Quietly as I am, I'm just gonna kind of go to each of the bodies and see if they got any valuables. And likewise, like any cargo I come across, I'll just like take a quick look at it and be like, "Hey, what's going on here?"
So looking around, the standard equipment, dwarven size, some scale armor, some leather, general hammers, axes, things of that nature that you'd expect.
Right.
But there's no extremely valuable equipment. Give me an investigation check.
Sure.
You don't find anything of particular interest. You find a single barrel of dwarven mead, the Dark Lake Stout specifically that you have had, is not broken. And so that's about the only thing you can find that is worth anything.
Okay. I will stealthily make my way back across the water. When I get back to the boat, I'll say to everybody, they're all dead, yes. So some type of ball killed them, or like bally hole, like a big hole, you know. There's a little bit of ale I found over there, like a big, I could not carry, of course, like a barrel, I guess you say, of ale. I don't know. Very, very tragic, I am sure. I think we best not linger, no? We should just fuck off, yes?
Jimjar asks if you think that they should be buried or at least thrown into the water, or should we not risk it?
How soon can we estimate that they died?
From
How
here,
stinky were they?
Yeah.
you can do a medicine check.
They had.
I'll go over and check.
Wait, don't do it.
Agile can do a medicine check. No one else can because no one else went.
Yes,
Can I
let me
go
just
now?
from my memory.
Bye, Rolen.
They died.
Sometime between 1 to 600 years.
Yes. Yes.
Mm.
Bury them. They should probably be buried where they belong to be buried. I think we leave them, no, and then maybe another like their people. Arrive, see them, cry, take them, bury them, mourn.
Something will
If
feast on
we
the
just
bodies.
throw in the water,
It's the way
that's
of
disrespectful.
nature.
Huh? Yeah, that too. Yeah.
I don't want to be disrespectful. I'm just, speaking out of the practical observation that whatever killed them might still be around and might come after us next.
True.
Fair enough.
Little Kobold, not you, Kosjurkis.
Okay.
Little Kobold, what kills people make a big hole in them?
Yeah, and they have no idea.
See, it's a mystery, never to be solved. Let's go.
Oh, did I have to roll a d20 after casting that water walk spell? I forgot to.
Oh, Jesus.
It's fine.
Okay.
Oh, but I want to know what happens.
I know, same.
Roll a 1.
Don't worry, I'll roll for you.
Okay.
Okay, so you decide to leave them and head off traveling. Towards the end of the second day, you do make landfall, as it were, on the shore of the Dark Lake. The kobolds wish you well before making a rapid departure. They provide you with short directions ahead, not too much. They let you know that Neverlight Grove, as far as they know, is in that direction, and they recommend avoiding walking along the Dark Lake. It is a well-known area for aboleths and chuls.
Best of luck. Safe travels home.
And they quickly turn and go about their business, departing quickly.
Well, let's
So we're on land now?
You
Yes.
are. You are
Okay.
now on land.
Sweet. Get rid of my water walk spell.
I'll let you go ahead and change your spells if you want to.
Yeah. We don't like set up rest wise like near the water, right?
You guys have about an hour left.
Yeah. So rest wise is find a nice little cozy alcove somewhere. I get at least 100 feet from the water or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. I don't know how much of that music you guys can hear, but I'm switching the music from one to the other.
Why? Why, Tony?
Because
Why
one
the-
was water music, one is not.
One is
Okay.
water music and one is combat music.
Right.
On the third day of travel in the Underdark Wilds, still moving at a normal pace.
Yep. Which is stealthy for us. Yep.
Yeah, just want to make sure you slide that in there.
Yeah.
The day does pass uneventfully as far as you can tell, as best as you can tell. About halfway through your travels that day, which is 6 miles, you do locate a cave-like structure burrowed into the side of a massive zirkwood mushroom. And inside you find 11 Darrow and 5 Dwergar. The Dwergar are armed, and when you spot the cave, you spot them before they spot you. And that would be Agile Smoke. I'm going to need a stealth check, but your invisibility gives you some advantage. So you can see the cave has roughly 11 Darrow, and they are guarded by 5 Dwergar. And they have taken up residence in this cave.
should we go say hello?
Mm,
Okay.
maybe.
Or give wide berth, you know? Just, I mean, what's the value of talking to these people, you know?
Yeah,
We're
they might have
pretty-
something interesting to say.
True.
Mm,
True, they could also be crazy motherfuckers with 2 heads and all the craziness and the attacking usness.
Can I see if any of them have 2 heads?
You can.
Straight roll or
Yeah, it's just a straight perception roll.
okay.
From what you can tell, they all have 1 head.
I don't see 2 heads on any of them unless they stand real close together.
Well, I tell you what, I'll hike back, you know. A nice flanking position. If you want to go talk, you know.
good luck, Rolen.
Remember the last time you wandered off into a cave?
That's
Quadra's
fair.
monkey stomped you.
Yeah, I don't know. I would not. I prefer not to go alone.
It even made it onto the game picture.
I mean, if all of you go except for me, you know, and then that way you all have each other's backs, and I am prepared to attack from the shadows, you know. And Ophelia, I know, loves making friends, so
Does it look like they're on
Yeah.
edge?
I mean, I think they want to be friends for sure.
Then go.
All right, let's go, Ophelia. Let's see if some of these people have anything interesting to say.
Okie dokie.
All right, we approach.
Okay. And as you walk out into the open, the Dwergar call out to you in Dwarven, halt.
I don't know Dwarven.
If you don't respond to that, they switch to Undercommon and say, halt.
Yes. What are you doing here? Why are we halting?
We claim this campsite. You are trespassing. Go back the way you came,
All right,
or
that's
be
fine.
sent that way.
Oh, it's no problem, friends. We just thought your ship was wrecked and you needed help. We're here to help you.
The Dwergar kind of look at each other slightly and says, we are traveling over land. You are trespassing. We are taking this job. It is not for sale. Move along.
What job?
Rude.
I have no sense of manners.
The
Here we go, killing again.
the two Dwergar kind of shift towards the back, drawing long or heavy crossbows.
All
So they're
right.
setting up a defensive position with 3 melee troops at the front and 2 archers with heavy crossbows at the rear, but they are not opening fire yet.
I don't feel like this is necessary. We'll leave.
We'll leave now. Thank you for your time.
Toodles.
I believe that's probably the first time Toodles has been used in a D&D game.
What
Brought
they
to you,
want?
Brought to you
they-
courtesy of Blueberry Wine.
So as our 2 spokespeoples walk back, I'm gonna try and stealthily and invisibly, hopefully, walk closer in
Oh,
an
no.
attempt just to see what exactly this job would be. What are they guarding? What do they got?
All right,
They
let's do
got
that.
lots of crossbows.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That'd do it.
Just seeing, do they have a Dawnbringer, shit like that.
Be
Pitch.
So
greatly
as you
appreciated.
sneak closer, the Dwergar are on guard still. They still have 2 people at the gate, both with their weapons drawn. The other 3 are talking to the Darrow in the back of the cave. Do you speak Dwarven or Undercommon?
Undercommon?
So they are speaking to them in a mixture of both languages. The general translation comes out to be, apparently the Darrow have paid the Dwergar a at least substantial sum of money to escort them out of the city of Gracklstugh. They are referring to it as the Third Eve Massacre. Apparently, the Darrow are being exterminated in the city of Gracklstugh, and the only way to the Deep King sent in his entire force and systematically is just wiping them out. And so these 11 Darrow were some of the more affluent among the Darrow and were able to pay these Dwergar to provide them protection to get them out of the city.
How many of them are Droki?
Yeah, I was just about to
Oh
ask.
my gosh, do I see Droki?
You do not see Droki, Ophelia's crown,
Ah.
or anybody's stolen gear.
That's a shame.
That would
I'll,
have been pretty funny.
Upon seeing that, getting the gist of that, and not seeing, I assume anything of like Dawnbringer looking is, I'll just walk away. I will obviously stealth back to the group. I'll let them know.
I was
So,
gonna say, yeah, what's the deal?
turns out, great massacre, back in Gracklstugh.
Of what?
Well, the
dragon.
no, well, maybe, I don't know. The
Uh-oh.
the Durgar are killing the Duro. The king, he's very mad, kill everyone. These guys are getting the 11 Duro out of Gracklstugh. Probably nothing to do with us, yeah?
Probably
Not
not.
anymore.
No.
Not anymore. Yeah, that's right.
Dare I say, mission complete. Let's keep going.
Okay, so you guys travel. No survival check needed, no foraging check needed. You guys travel the remainder of the time quietly before settling down in the Underdark Wilds for a restful night. If you recall, which you may or may not, the original travel you guys had at level 2 leaving Velkenvelv was a lot more arduous. And as I explained to you guys, although travel is a large portion of this, the higher level you get, the less terrain obstacles you have with your wizard and sorcerer spells, like fly become available, resurrection spells. A number of events become less worthy of game time.
Mm-hmm.
It's not worth pulling up a map for the party to try to cross a small area that isn't a huge threat if their party has fly, for example. So you
What can
are
we
still
do?
having to travel the arduousness of the Underdark. We're just bypassing it slightly.
Better at it, yeah.
So if you wish to change your spells with this long rest, you are of course entitled to do so as you go into your next day of travel.
Are we getting close to the location of Dawnbringer?
Or where we suspect Dawnbringer is.
Yeah, what my
According to the map, you're roughly 2, maybe 3 days away.
Okay, let's go.
My gosh, Smoke! I've never seen you so excited.
Yeah. This will be a great moment for my father. So let's go.
Alrighty.
Probably the first time you guys have seen Smoke's tail wagging.
I'm just imagining Kosjurkis kind of trailing behind, trying to like catch it.
Yeah, probably.
Let's see. The next day of travel, which is going to be your 4th day of travel, you do notice there is a change in the terrain. Real quick, I want to let Will know kind of what your guys' characters are, and I can close this Dark Lake map. Looking at it from left to right, the characters Queen Ophelia is a divine soul sorceress. She has both clerical and wizard magic. Kosjurkis is I think she's an Aasimar divine soul sorceress. Kosjurkis is a Kobold wizard. Rolen is a Firbolg druid. Agile Smoke is a ranger rogue gloomstalker.
And Indomitable Spirit's the most badass person on this team. I'm kidding.
And Indomitable Spirit is a monk. Both Agile Spirit and Agile Smoke and Indomitable Spirit are both Tabaxi.
And we get them confused all the time.
They're
Hey!
all Tabaxi look alike.
Keep your racism to yourself, sir.
No.
It makes sense.
And they
it's
also for some reason
speciesism at this
consider and they also for some reason keep mistaking Spirit for a man.
Yeah.
I've
hard
never
to
made
tell.
that mistake.
It's Tabaxi. How do you know the difference?
One's
Well,
got
it is
rounder
2020. It's hard to
chest.
tell sometimes.
Yeah.
All of this is true.
Very much
With
so
the
indeed.
close these maps, get them out of the way here. The party, as you guys travel on the 4th day, you notice that the terrain is no longer just tunnels in the Underdark broken up by chutes climbing up and down. The tunnels begin to give way to a very strange change where you begin to see flora in the Underdark. The area seems to be at least starting to show signs of jungle style plants. They're small. The area is no longer a very dry heat a comfortable, consistent temperature that you've seen so far that was pretty common in the Underdark. The temperatures you're seeing now are both humid and fluctuating, which is odd in the Underdark. In addition to that, the small tunnels start to give way to large chambers. And as you are traveling, you begin to see small buildings crumbling, very old. Searches of them produce nothing, maybe an occasional bone, that fragment that's left after what you assume to be probably many, many decades of laying. The exact situation and condition, you can't really work out how long. You know, it's whatever it is has been dead for probably a century, maybe multiple centuries. But how long, you can't detect. So that's not anything that you need to do checks on. That's just things that you're seeing in the terrain. It's pretty prevalent throughout this entire area. This is the region you are now traveling in. And it does have tunnels, but it's more, instead of tunnel after tunnel, it's tunnels lead between point A in a large chamber, and then you have a mile or a half mile of tunnels, and then another large chamber. About 3/4 of the way through your 4th day of travel, you come upon a chamber, a tunnel that starts to widen out into a small chamber that has a pit, fairly large pit, for that matter. It should all be unmasked for you guys. I am going to let you guys move your characters any way you want. If you want to roll stealth rolls, you're more than welcome. If you want to, because you said you were moving stealthily.
I'm just strolling.
We looking at no darkness too?
You know, it is pure dark.
Yeah, cool.
Kosjurkis, why are you circling me? I'm just strolling like there's not a care in the world.
Stay back, my friend. Wait. Let me get closer, take a look, see, you know?
Rolen ain't a coward.
Remember, you got those nice fancy goggles now, but
I can finally see where I'm going.
you should still, you know, not get caught in small tunnels by many little invisible fuckers, you know?
Or spiders.
Or spiders.
I can turn into spiders.
Or snakes.
I can also turn into a snake.
So I will go up to the edge and take a look-see down into the pit. What am I seeing?
Give me a perception check, please.
Okay.
You do not see anything down in the pit at all. It goes down about 150 feet and ends in a flat, rocky surface. There is a little bit of a glisten down there. It has a little bit of a glow of the phase res. It is probably a pit that floods and drains in various intervals.
Okay.
Is there meat on the ceiling above us?
Meat? What the fuck?
Do y'all not remember that?
I remember.
I remember.
Yeah, actually, I still
I
know
don't
what
want
the
to
fuck that is.
remember.
The last ravine we came across, the ceiling was made out of meat.
It's
Rotten
true.
meat.
Yes.
Okay, if you guys would like.
How deep
I
is
don't
it?
say anything. It's cool.
No, I know that. No, jeez, Louise. Listen,
Give me a
guys.
perception, Kosjurkis.
All right, let's see. Here we go. Natural 20. Oh.
That's cocked, though. That's cocked. Oh.
All right, I'll roll again. Oh no, 1.
No, the ceiling is not made of meat.
Hmm.
It's about 50 feet above you.
Are we missing something here? Like a invisible bridge, maybe? Or I don't know.
Are the walls? Is there anything funky about the walls?
No?
Okay.
I don't know, Spirit. You think you can jump it?
There's my giant spider. Do I have a giant steeder?
What's the length on this? Give me a second.
110 feet.
110
I would guess 20 feet.
I'm not making that.
Yeah.
Could fly over.
What? Who?
Me.
If I had the ability to run along walls, I could probably make it, but
What the fuck are you talking?
I'm
Kosjurkis,
gonna.
you have no wings. How you fly?
I'm gonna
Magic.
change into a giant spider.
Wait, you can fly?
Sometimes.
I don't think I've ever seen you fly. Is this the truth, or are you pulling my tail?
I've seen him fly, just completely unassisted. Well, no, let me revise that. With assistance,
I've seen him
ballistic
fall.
assistance.
Yes. Are we in agreement? We do not want to go down into hole.
Oops.
Uh-oh, he's double spider.
No, that was a mistake.
Spider squared.
Maybe
Can
we
I-
can.
Can I guesstimate how deep that hole is just looking over the edge?
Oh, it's about 100 feet. Yeah.
Well, I gotta load the module. Crap.
I'm tempted to kick a rock off over the edge just to wait to see how long it takes for it to hit the bottom, but I don't want to disturb anything down
I fixed
there.
it, Rolen.
No, it's about 100 feet. Do not worry. We do not want like we could climb down probably, but my fear it looks like it fills with water at times. It'd be best just not to fuck with it. If we could maybe crawl on the side or
Fly over.
fly over. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so who all can get across? Obviously, Roland's already fucking across, like Spider-Man.
Well, Roland's walking along the walls or ceiling. Where are you walking, Roland?
I'm walking around along the walls.
Duly noted.
Spirit and I could probably crawl across the walls over.
Trying to find something. Hold on.
Kosjurkis, you say you fly?
Sometimes.
Okay, so Roland, you're going all the way across? I can't. It looks like you're still on this side. Is
I'm
there
still
a
on
lag?
this side. Yeah, I'm trying to get my stats for it. I gotta load the dungeon master. No, not that one.
So what about Jim Jar, Stool, and Ophelia?
This is their home now.
Oh,
I can swim.
Apparently, I need like the monster manual, or yeah, the monster manual in order to get the stats for it.
For the spider?
Yeah. Module. Yeah.
They should
Well-
be loaded onto your sheet.
They're all loaded on your on the combat tracker if you need to see them.
What stat do you need?
I was just looking at it. Yeah, I know they're there. I was just gonna, cause like it's just easy to roll attacks and stuff when I have.
So you need the monster manual.
sheet.
It's available now.
Cool.
Now we can metagame.
Boom, da, da.
Maybe Roland takes rope across. Then we.
I was thinking I could ferry you guys, but I just turned into a spider, so I can't tell you guys that.
Roland's being weird again.
Morse code.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go over and see what's on the other side.
Goodbye.
I'll come back eventually.
Okay. Or we could just I guess we could all just climb down and then take a look, see, and walk across, and have to climb back up. It's a big climb though. I fear for Ophelia and Jim Jar. Stool, I'm sure one of us can carry, but
Maybe ropes.
Do I see anything on this side of the?
No, it seems completely devoid of anything.
Okay, then I will travel back. Oh, my computer's being all stupid.
out of morbid curiosity, it's like what? I'll look at Spirit and go, maybe actually throw stone or kick stone and just see.
All right. I look for a small, sizable pebble and just boot it over the edge.
Okay. The small, sizable pebble falls 150 feet before clattering on the stone surface.
That's a hell of a drop.
Do I notice any other movement in the pit?
No?
All right, my
Wow.
computer's being real fucking stupid. I'm gonna be like making my. I can't click on stuff for some reason. It's being really annoying. But I will be making my way back and then kind of like looking at my friends and like kind of pointing to my back, and I will proceed to carry people across if I can.
Okay, how about I think Roland wants someone to ride him, so I don't know, Jim Jar Stool, you guys want to go for a ridey?
I mean, they'll follow your lead. whatever you guys prefer.
Let's do it. Jim Jar, Stool, go. You go with Roland, and let's all wait, and then Ophelia can go next, and then
I think
Make-
Sarah's game is fucking with our internet again.
Fucking women.
Oh, what?
All right, get him across.
Yeah, I can't do anything. My computer's basically, or just Fantasy Grounds is basically frozen.
Hmm.
I'll tell her to get off the game. Because fuck her enjoyment.
so you're
Are
over
you
there
trying to
now.
move the NPCs? Because you can't.
Huh?
You can't move the NPCs.
I'm trying to move my giant spider,
Oh.
and I can't click on literally anything on my
He
screen.
moved, if that makes you feel better.
Yeah, I can kind of like move, but it takes like 5 seconds.
Ah. Yeah, that's your end. I'm sorry.
I know.
I can't fix
it's,
that.
I know it's my end. I'll go try and fix it. I'll be right back.
Well, let's do this. No worries. Let's take a 5-minute break, and then you guys can maybe restart if that helps, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
Sure, huh?
All right.
Sounds good. We are all going to die.
This is fine. Don't worry, if you die, I'll bring you back.
Huh? No, not that
Mhm.
way.
Mm-hmm. Welcome back.
I spent some time thinking. And I'm worried about the battle map of a hole. Why is there a hole?
Are you worried about the whole battle map?
No,
Part of it.
just it's. Oh boy.
Hmm.
Oh, you guys fix your internet?
We'll see.
I don't know. I'm just restarting Fantasy Grounds.
What is it? Somebody in the
We'll
house
see.
downloading a whole bunch of porn?
No, I think it's just like one game that my fiance plays. Seems to take up a lot of bandwidth. Plus, it's on PS4, and PS4 tends to take up a lot of bandwidth.
Yeah, it's like a MMO or like online game.
It's an online game, yeah. Dead by Daylight.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, there you go.
Whoa, all my stats have changed. Oh, yeah, because I'm a giant spider.
What's happened to me?
I was like, fuck, I have strength and dex now? But my max HP went down. Fuck. I don't have the map, though.
You don't need it. You have blind sight.
Oh, it's running much better. It's true, I have blind sight of 10 feet.
I think you can. You click on your little Rolen symbol, pull it up.
Yep, there we go. Cool. Oh, that's so much better. I can move stuff.
You can see. You can fight.
It's true. I've heard that somewhere before. Somewhere. So how's this whole pandemic affecting you guys?
We got the work from home order on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And apparently the grocery stores were all out of stuff last night at like 1 a.m.
Yeah, yeah. At 1 a.m. That's interesting.
And there's like a 45-minute wait to buy stuff.
because they only had one cashier.
So how long do you guys have to work from home for? Do you know? Or?
I don't have to work from home unless it's unnecessary that I come into the office, or if I've been in contact with anyone with the coronavirus, or if I show symptoms of the coronavirus.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
We just got you're allowed to work from you're allowed to work in the office, but most of the office is closed, so don't come in.
Safe call. Yeah. I got 3 weeks off.
Nice.
Nice.
Wait,
I
in
gotta
a
go to
good
work.
Paid.
Like a peasant.
Yeah.
Are you a teacher?
Yeah.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
I was nervous about it at first. I didn't think I was gonna get paid for it. And then they're just like, "Nah, you still get paid." And I'm like, "All right. Let the summer begin."
Say I would
There you
love
go.
to go back. I would love to work from home, but considering I work security, that's not really an option for me.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Because I work in aviation, and it requires it to be like a secure data line, and all our stuff is like secure. They can't like run those lines to people's houses. They're like, yeah, if you're sick, don't come in, but also don't call in sick because we are short staffed.
Because everyone's calling in sick.
Like, don't come in if you're sick, but come in if you're sick. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Right.
We can't tell you to come in if you're ill, but you should.
But you guys generally got to be running slower right now, though, right, Tony?
I don't know. I took Friday and Thursday off, or Friday and Saturday morning off, so I haven't been there until.
Who knows?
And I worked the midnight shift tonight, which is always slow.
Yeah. I imagine
So-
all flights are gonna pretty much stop soon if they haven't already.
Hmm.
Aside from maybe domestic.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I imagine we will be very, very, very slow. But
Yeah.
my next normal shift is Wednesday. So, no complaints there.
Mm-hmm.
I think they've canceled all elective surgeries too, so we'll probably be slow.
It's good. Slow is good for me.
I hope that you're slow because I would expect the opposite, right?
Right.
So, let's see. Our observer, Will, is getting used to Fantasy Grounds. He's just taking a look at it. He's literally just learning it.
Sure.
Mal came from Roll20. He's taken a look at Roll20. I know Mal came from Roll20. I don't know who else did, honestly.
Currently using it.
Yeah, I
You
still
are?
use it. I
Yep.
use it sometimes just because it's free.
Right. Usually, Will, you said you were looking for, just to save some typing, Celestial.
Yeah, the celestial subclass of the warlock.
Got it. So,
some of the
Subclass,
class teacher.
go all the way to the bottom. It says Otherworldly Patrons, Hexblade, and Celestial. If you closed it, I can send it to you.
Where's that at?
Right here. That Warlock should have just popped up. You scroll all the way to the bottom where it says the Celestial.
Oh, fuck language is that?
He's speaking in stick.
Wait, yeah, wait a second. I've seen that in Egypt. It's
I've seen that in Egypt.
I have to go to the bathroom? Okay.
Hmm.
You got the I right. That's the only part you got right.
Wait, no, we know one of the letters. We can go through and decipher this cipher.
I don't see that letter ever again.
So at the very bottom, you'll find the subclasses. The Celestial is one of them. And if you pop open the Celestial, you click on that little brown shield to the left of it, it will give you a pop out that will give you all the information for the Celestial and the picture for it.
Okay, now you're just making up languages. How about this?
I gave you the translation. No, I don't know that one.
They're speaking in tongues again.
You are a spider. The first one was giant, second one was elvish.
How about this one? Wait.
This was
Swolls.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, you're so swolls.
Not to intrude upon this language barrier, but the game
is afoot.
is going to continue. So with this chasm to cross, what is your guys' plan?
I was gonna ferry people across.
Okay.
Get my giant spider back.
We're gonna do it in such an order that the people who would be fucked otherwise, are gonna go first, and then, like, I'll go last, for example, and
I thought you want somebody strong over there first, and then carry all the weak, and then leave somebody strong left for the last. I would say.
I was thinking, well, yeah, but just like say like you get like half the people across, and then something happens to you, right?
The cat folk can climb.
And apparently the baby dragon can fly. So, like, maybe start with Ophelia. I don't know, or start with Jimjar and.
I'll start with Ophelia, and then Ophelia can take care of Jimjar and Stool on the other side.
Nah, I got
Yeah, I'm pretty strong.
I got a
You're
quick
super
question.
strong.
Is this like that one old challenge where you have to try and get the fox, the chicken, and the grain across?
Oh no!
Like if we leave Jimjar alone with Stool, will he just eat him?
Possible.
All right, Ophelia, let's go. I just kind of grab you and take you along with me.
I was about to
Ooh,
say
that's
possible,
terrifying.
but not likely, considering that we left him alone with Stool for like how many days now?
Not wrong.
It's not Impossible
Ophelia is
though.
now across the chasm.
While everyone's just making their way, I'm gonna keep an eye and an ear out behind us.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Uh
Yeah.
oh. Uh-oh.
Okay.
All right, Stool is coming next. I can't drag Stool. Stool is now on the other side. Then Jim Jar. Did everybody go quiet, or I just can't hear anybody?
No, I'm
You
here. I'm here.
Everybody got quiet.
I'm trying to eat something, so I don't want to bother anyone.
That's fair. I've been doing that every once in a while. I put my mic on mute.
I believe that was what we would refer to as dreadful suspense.
Yeah, we were enjoying some tension.
Kosjurkis is coming with me.
Ah!
I just grab you with my sticky legs.
Ah!
And then Tabaxis can come with me if they want, or they can go with their own. Because I think
Their own climb speed.
Yeah, their climb speed is the same as mine, I think. 30 feet. Oh, yours is probably more.
Less actually, but
Less, actually. I'm 20.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll take. Who wants to go next?
The spirit.
All right.
Okay.
I'll climb on and... How'd I get over here before you? I'm just kidding.
Alrighty. I'll come back with you. Very nice. Well, that went exactly as I would hope, eh?
Spider language.
So you guys make it across and are not attacked or eaten by anything
As far as we know.
that you know.
Thank God for that.
All right, just for fun.
Uh-oh.
Should I do it? I don't know.
You're the rock.
No, we threw the rock and nothing happened. You know, it's
Nothing happened.
just hole, big hole.
Okay. If it's just a big hole.
Here, you want more? You want me to take a real shot in the dark?
Ha.
And I will. I'll just like pull out my hand crossbow and just launch a fucking bolt into the like right in the fucking middle. You know, like right here.
Suddenly,
it-
mind flayers. Dozens of them.
Uh-oh.
See, nothing.
Suddenly Seymour.
Suddenly bear.
The bolt shatters after a 150-foot drop, and no other movement is forthcoming.
Nothing.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
I'll just stay in my spider form for the next hour or so.
I mean, if every map is an encounter, then you start to expect an encounter every map.
Exactly.
Back in the formation. Once we get, I don't know, like maybe 10 minutes away from there,
Mm-hmm.
I'll like go back to the group and just kind of say like, you know, if we were worrying about something being down there, we probably could have eaten that what's that thing called? You know, that lets us see living things within us so far away. You know,
The eyeballs. The
eyeballs.
brains.
Yeah, I forget what it is. Yeah, was it the nope, nope, not that. Yeah, like
For the rest of your walk,
chunk of brain. That's it.
there you go. That's true. For the rest of your walk, though, Stool is kind enough to regale you with the glorious life of the myconids that you can expect in Neverlight Grove. Myconids thrive in the monotony of their life. A myconid who is born a sprout is assigned a circle. His people are broken down into circles. The circle of harvesters, the circle of explorers, things of that nature. They live their life tending their harvest, and when they grow old and expire, their bodies become nutrients for the next myconids. A myconid life is considered as a success if it is able to grow and expire back into the nutrient soil without ever breaking the monotony. The feeling of strong emotions, the passions of the flesh races are not something myconids understand or seek out. He obviously understands the flesh races, that being guys, more than his average people. So he is informing you what you can expect at Neverlight Grove. They are very friendly towards those who are not hostile towards them, so you can expect a welcome, but probably not an emotional.
Can I ask Stool how old he is?
He is 3 years old.
Okay, gotcha. I was like wondering if he was deceptively old.
The myconids are full grown at approximately 10 years.
Okay.
With that, you guys are traveling the remainder of the day, and as you are traveling, towards the last hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, a series of noises seeming to come from all around you. Very, very quiet starts, and it grows in volume for about first 10 minutes to the point where it is horrific shrieks, moans, incoherent gibbering, just in general, very loud, painful shrieks and moaning, painful noises, and you don't quite understand where it's coming from. It seems to be coming from every direction simultaneously.
I don't like that.
Hey, maybe it's that succubus that we sold out.
We left on good terms, didn't we?
Hmm.
Can I make a
This is fine.
check? Is this a magical source? Is this right beside us? This check? Like, are we under attack right now? Check.
You can make a check, but let's instead of call it a, let's maybe call it a wisdom saving throw for everybody.
Shit balls, fuck.
Ah, crap.
It's okay.
It's similar. It's similar to a check.
Uh-oh.
Uh-huh.
Oh, am I the only one that might have passed it? Yep.
Uh-oh. The gang gets TPK'd.
I turn that up for
That's
atmospheric
fucking
effect.
Yeah.
I'll turn that down for you guys. I turn it off as well. All right. For those of you who got a 10 or lower, which looks like Agile Smoke, Queen Ophelia, and Kosjurkis, do me a favor and roll a... Actually, let me pull this up real quick before I tell you what to roll. Hey, roll a d20, please.
Hey, nice. Not you, Rolen, you dumb nerd.
Ah, lame.
Yeah, you're not in danger. Maybe.
Maybe.
Okay, so if you don't know how, I'm going to tell you how. You're going to roll percentile dice. At the bottom, there's the D10. Right-click the D10, and I'm also explaining it in detail for William, who's never used Fantasy Grounds. Should be the third dice from the left. Right-click the D10, and a radio menu should pop up. And to the top left should be the percentage sign. You want to click that, and then it'll give you percentile dice to roll. You can give it a try, William, if you want to. I know I sent you a link for point buy system as well.
Yeah, I figured out the point by as well. I tried to roll it, but it didn't show.
I think it rolled hidden, actually. I saw hidden roll go through.
I think I might have the observer set to hidden roll. One second here.
That's all right. Don't let me interfere. I'm reading stuff as you guys are playing and listening at the same time.
A man denied his dice roll. What a travesty.
It's true.
Hey, oh.
That's they're gonna be really good.
Okay, how come Natasha and I rolled the exact same numbers both times?
How come indeed?
You notice how
Twinsies.
we got the twinning. We got 2 19s and 2 78s.
Twin spells.
And you and Smoke got opposite numbers.
It's true.
So who failed their save? Let's see. Let me look at this. Agile, Smoke,
Yeah.
Kosjurkis, and Queen Ophelia. So, okay. I will get back to those. Let's see. Okay. All right, moving on.
Uh-oh.
After the first 2 hours of walking, you guys don't seem to notice at first, but the laughing, evil voice starts to fade, and the shrieking fades with it before eventually just dying out. Towards the end of that walk, you guys come to a temple.
Oh.
I'm sorry, a cavern with a temple in it. But it is just about your rest time. So I'm going to allow you to take a long rest first before I share the map and describe it to you. If anybody wants to change their spells, as is typical, now is your opportunity.
And I'd appreciate a chance to say something too, as we're all going to bed.
Please help yourself.
Yeah, right. So, as you know, I'm very excited to get a Dawnbringer, yes? Without going into the long history, my adopted father, great mage, he has made claims. Dawnbringer is in this area of Underdark. He has come many times himself to look, never found. All the other mages laugh at him, yes? Call him
Yes.
stupid, yes?
Yes.
It's not fair. It's not fair. I want to find the Dawnbringer for my puppy, and in that way, I can restore his honor. But I cannot leave. I cannot leave the Underdark until I have succeeded in this mission. And so, it is probably safe to say, if it's this temple or is something coming in the futures, if I think that there is the Dawnbringer in it, I must go. Yes. But you all have other things to do. Yes. I do not want to be responsible for your endings. So, if the water gets too hot, if you catch my metaphorical meaning, do not hesitate to run and leave me, and I will deal with the consequences as it is. Okay.
Mm,
That's against my nature.
ah. Get it?
Because I'm a druid.
Rolen, listen. While I love your joke, I do not like your thinking. Listen, I can, I cannot. I have to. I have to. But you.
I have no real agenda other than getting to the surface and wandering around.
But say, well, okay. But say, for
I'm
example,
perfectly
like
okay with wandering around in the Underdark as well.
say we go in here, yes, and we face great evil, and you know, there's a high chance we die. Like, I would feel horrible if Stool did not make it out, you know, as any of you, but especially Stool. And so, like, at the very least, I would hope that, you know, if I were to stay to do what I must, that you all would ensure the safety of Stool and Jim Jar too, and of yourselves, you know, and think of Spirit's family too. Yes, they need us. They need you.
But you also need us. We've become good friends, and I've lived a good, long life.
Not me.
Well, I have. But I will follow you if you need help. And if you don't want help, doesn't matter. I'm still going to be there. Because I know you need it.
It's true that I want it. I would not be alive without you all here. All right, just know that I don't want any of you throwing your lives away unnecessarily. You know.
Don't worry.
All right.
Stand better chances together than separate.
And if you die, don't worry.
You know that saying, I kill you, bring you back, kill you again?
Only do the first half.
Yeah, exactly. You got it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And then I'll go to bed.
just
Just
immediately
like
just rolls over in his bedroom.
Yeah.
All right, it's awkward now.
Yeah.
So let's
just like,
dispel that awkwardness with this. I will let you guys change any spells that you want. Just let me know when you're done.
I am
I think
good to
we're
go.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done.
Fair enough. So, in this chamber, after passing through the tunnel, this last tunnel, it opens up into another large chamber as you have been passing through. Humid, oppressive heat, some large foliage, not mushroom in nature. Directly ahead is a number of tunnels that shoot off from this area, but in the middle of this chamber is what appears to be a large temple of sorts. There was once a large building, but it seems to have. Let me share that with you first. Seems to have fallen or collapsed in a sinkhole or something of that nature. All that remains are the back wall and enough of the roof to shelter an altar in the middle. All the rest of it seems closed off by fallen debris. Many pillars have actually fallen completely over or broken in half. There are holes in the roof. Not obviously, nothing's coming through because it's in a chamber, but there are numerous plants growing in the surrounding areas. The back wall is carved with a bas relief of a giant bat, roughly 9 feet. The bas relief itself is about 9 feet tall. The wingspan from side to side is about 20 feet tall. In front of the bas relief wall is an altar. I'm going to share the picture. Let me slide this off here. There's the picture. In front of the wall is the altar, carved to resemble a mass of squirming rats, weasels, and worms. On the front of the altar is the head of a screaming bat, and jutting above the altar on either side are a pair of sharp metal bat wings, about 8 feet long. And then the floor in front of the altar is worn, apparently, from supplication. But this altar was either dropped or fell, whatever its method of being relocated into the Underdark was violent.
2 questions. Question number 1. Is this where my Dawnbringer map points to?
It's the general vicinity.
Excellent. Number 2.
Excellent.
Using my trait historical knowledge, can I correctly ascertain this place's original purpose and determine its builders.
Okay.
Also, I can determine the monetary value of art objects more than a century old. Woohoo!
There you go. So the original purpose was exactly that, supplication. It is a temple. It is an area. I will pop your characters on there. You can rearrange them in any manner that makes you happy. The temple seems to have just been a place of worship.
Can I tell to what or to who?
You can't. Some type of bat deity, Loa, something of that nature. Any square with rocks in it is difficult terrain.
Okay. And can I tell who made it?
You can't. Humans, but that's about it.
Yeah, okay. All right.
I can. Oh no, I can't. Never mind. Don't have it prepared.
I'm going to stealthily. Before I even go in, I am going to make a perception check to see: is there any traps? Is there any?
Can I aid him in that?
Full Indiana Jones game mode, like.
Where are you searching?
So like I would start by looking at like the front entrance here, and then slowly push my look around. Cool. To see like, is there any type of obvious traps? I see any type of like runes on the ground. Like I want to say
Give
runes.
me
like
a perception or investigation, your choice.
Aha.
Double 9s.
All right.
There are no runes or traps that you can detect in the rubble.
Mm-hmm. All right, I will stealthily head in then.
Oh.
Like very stealthily head in.
It doesn't seem to have seen any source of life anytime recently.
Uh-huh. 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 Right up to the altar. What's going on at this altar? Is there anything on top of it? Can it open?
The altar itself, it seems to have a hinged altar, the way it can actually lift up.
Like the entire thing can lift up, or like a piece of it can lift up?
There's 2 pieces. The head can fold forward, or the actual entire altar top could be lifted. The entire altar top would be probably fairly heavy, but the actual bat head can be pulled forward.
Okay. Before I touch it, I'm gonna make another check just to see if I see any traps on it or any markings, even like a "Don't touch this" warning sign. Want a perception or investigation check?
It's up to you.
Sweet. Another 9.
So you do find a small trap on the bat head It looks like it is a needle trap.
Son of a bitch. Do I perceive a way that I could dismantle it or prevent it from activating?
You can attempt it with some thieves' tools.
Gotcha. Ooh.
Oh.
So you attempt to disable it and fail.
Ah!
In the process, you accidentally open up the
pit trap
Fathead.
underneath you.
The effect is twofold. Number one, you notice that the first trap, the needle trap, was an illusion.
Uh-oh.
Oh, pitch balls.
Oh shit.
It's the trap!
So the trap was a false trap, and you accidentally set off the actual trap.
Yeah.
And it doesn't stick you. One's rolling initiative. Ophelia's moving away.
I knew I should have cast detect magic. God damn it.
But a small area starts there in the middle of that cube and quickly expands out. A small hole in the actual ground appears and begins pulling everyone in.
Now, Tony,
Anybody
I was
with-
just joking about the pit trap.
Well, this is more of a sinkhole, and it has a suction feature. So everyone needs to do an athletics or acrobatics check. If you're within 15 feet of it, you get disadvantage. If you're not, such as Ophelia, Stool, and Jimjar, you get just regular rolls. So a strength athletics check from everyone as the
Athletics
trap
or
is triggered.
acrobatics?
Athletics only.
Oh!
Okay.
Right.
Rest in peace. Oh, yay.
Can I try to like
one.
grab Kosjurkis? Even though I'm probably failing too.
we all lift together.
Let's start at the top here. Let's see. Acrobatics, nope. Rolen, a 12. It quickly sucks you in.
Ah shit.
Indomitable Spirit, a 14. You are slowly sucked in. Kosjurkis, a 1. It's like a fat kid eating a cupcake. You're just straight down. Agile Smoke, you are pulled backwards. Ophelia, with your 16, 16, you don't necessarily get pulled backwards, but you don't make it very far away. They get a 12 and a 14, Jimjar and Stool. But you notice the pit. Let me go
Oh,
ahead
no.
and the pit expands,
Shit.
doubling in size exponentially. So it started out at 15 feet, and it doubles to 30 feet. I need to drop that down just 5. So athletics check again, Ophelia, and Stool and Jimjar. You guys don't have any penalty this time.
Oh no.
Let's see what they get. A 13, so... Alright, so Stool comes away with a 4, trying to follow his friend Ophelia, who's pulled 10 feet in this direction. Jimjar manages to only be moved 5 feet, which would be glorious if the hole did not double in size to 60 feet. It extends. Ophelia, it is right on the edge of your feet. Your heels are hanging off the back of this hole as you see Agile Smoke bouncing off the walls down. And you get disadvantage on the athletics check this time. It's just barely, you are just almost over the edge.
I'm doing a backflip.
Doing a backflip. Oh, 20. Drops the 20.
And she comes away with an 8. Jimjar comes away with a 3.
Oh my
And
god.
that gives us with Stool coming away with a 5, as
Oh.
all of you are pulled into the hole. Courtesy of the we don't need to cast Detect Magic and a 10 on the Thieves Tools check.
Fuck. I was going to, but things are happening too fast.
It went
I was
so
like-
well too. It went so
I was
well.
like, oh, he already found a fucking trap. I don't need to cast Detect Magic. That is bad choice though.
Where's the potty? It's in a hole.
How come
Well,
we
there
keep
you
getting
go.
sucked into things?
Yeah.
There we go. I'll share that. Watch that a little later. All right.
There's no chance to like huck a grappling hook as we fall, is there?
There's not.
All right.
There is not. That 10 roll and no magic to detect that illusion. You guys find yourselves chucked headlong into the hole. As you guys are thrown in, you guys find yourselves. Let me remove this for you. Let me make sure I got the right one here. These are fairly not the right map. Same map, which is wrong the first time, so probably wrong the second time. I am going to get this map brought up. I'm unmasking it presently, and then I'm going to read it to you as you guys are going to find yourselves located here. So the tunnel that pulls you into, the magical spell that pulls you into the tunnel fades about 20 feet down. So once it fades, you guys find yourselves in a standard everyday chute. The entire area is just a straight fall straight down.
This is fine.
And after about a good 40 feet fall, you begin an angled slide.
Okay.
And it appears that the stonework is crafted so that it's designed to absorb and not your fall instead of killing you. You guys begin your slide, and you slide hundreds of feet down. As you slide hundreds of feet down, you find yourselves hitting the ground, spilling out. It should be a slow load, but once it does load. There we go. Let me make a change here. I want to change the effects option. There we go. Much better. Okay, so you guys find yourselves in this room. After you guys are essentially thrown across the rubble, there is a small, apparently, hole in the ceiling, and as the last one of you comes tumbling out, rolling down the rubble, the hole closes, disappears. By the time you get yourselves up and reoriented, the hole is gone. As far as you can tell. You can, of course, go looking for it should you so desire. But before you do such a thing, I'm going to give you a description. If you look in the very bottom of the map, you probably will have to scroll down. You'll be able to see the compass rose, north, south, east, west. North is to the left. It's a little disorienting, but we shall adapt. You are now in a long, narrow chamber running east to west. That is left to right, if you were to be looking to the north.
Mm-hmm.
In the center of this chamber is a dome shape on the floor. That is the one in the middle. In the east wall is a blank-faced stone door. The west end of the room is blocked by fallen stone and rubble, apparently the result of a centuries-old collapse. The two-side wall appears to have several niches cut into it. The two sides of the wall have niches, 3 each, cut into them. The shape in the center of the room appears to be a small alcove, protected by a half dome with an open end facing towards the door. So, just for your general information, you have this dome shape here in the middle, and then 3 niches along each of the walls.
All right.
The alcoves, this is in the east wall. That would be, it says the east wall. The door in the east wall, yeah. This alcove is recessed and shallow. It's tiled, well about 1 feet deep and 10 feet wide. The alcove is 4 feet high, and the recess contains various things. So the rest of the room I will let you explore, and you will let me know what it is you want to do.
Okay, now I'm casting Detect Magic.
While he's casting Detect Magic, what's on the dome there?
Everyone, don't touch anything. Be very careful. 1 trap lead to 2 trap lead to 3 trap lead to more.
Too late.
Lead to 4 trap, lead to 5 trap, lead to 6 trap floor.
Maybe. So
We'll
just be
let you
careful.
know.
Just be careful, yes?
So you mentioned there was various things in a very vague manner.
I did. I was intentionally vague.
In the alcove? In the center of the room? Yes.
Yes. Well, there's niches, and then which one do you want to look at first?
Let's go look at this one. That's the one I pointed at.
Okay. Let me get back up here. Got to get my map pulled up so I can see which niche is niche. That would be A, it appears. All right. My children are being loud. So what particular one has a little miniature figures. About a dozen commoners seem to be gathering rushes, fishes, and nets, and they're carving a dugout style living quarters or something of that nature. It's a diorama.
Are they moving?
They are not.
Do any of them look like us?
They do not.
Okay. Is Remy Malik here dressed like King Tut?
He is not.
What a travesty. Okay.
Better. I think it's better this way.
Yeah, probably.
What's going on with this door? Can I make a perception check and just see what's going on with the door? Does it have a handle? Does it look like it's easy to open? Is there traps?
But yeah, before anybody does anything, do I see any magic in the room?
I was going to get to you. Yes. Are you casting as a ritual?
No, as my Firbolg magic, so it's just instant.
Okay.
Right.
So there are no magical things in this area that are glaring, per se.
Mm-hmm.
There seems to be a faint magical aura about the entire room that is transmutation in nature, but it's extremely faint, almost like it's dormant. It's not an active spell, so it's either a weak spell or an inactive spell that hasn't been activated, but everything else seems to be completely ignored and involved.
Okay. I'll relay that back to the team. Like, this room's got some transmutation magic.
As for the door is carved with a sun symbol. It appears to open into the room, so from where you're standing towards you.
Mm-hmm.
The hinges there are hinges on this side, scratches on the floor, and no visible lock or handle. There is a very slight gap across the top of the door. There are 8 holes that seem to have been bored into the door, and they are about an inch in diameter, and nothing can be seen in them. The door seems to be fairly thick. The lintel is arched with a keystone top. For you, Agile Smoke, one thing you do notice is this architecture is old. And with your historical, it's probably thousands of years old. Some of the more early human architecture that you would have seen.
This is very good. This is this is very good. Okay. All right. You know what? I meant to do that before, making us fall. It was very good. It's very dangerous, but very good.
Okay.
I'm sorry I didn't catch that spell earlier. Might have been an easier way to get down here.
No, well, yeah, no. This is good. This is good. Sometimes you must go in the trap to beat the trap. Yes.
Sure.
Ophelia, you see anything on that side?
Nope.
The cave-in is pretty caved in-y.
Lots of little rocks.
Kosjurkis, maybe get an idea of what's in each of those alcoves, yeah? And
Okay.
So I'm gonna
be ready, be ready.
scoot around the room, cast a glance at all the alcoves to see what's in them. If there's anything like of particular note, I'll stop for sure.
Okay, I'll give you a description of each. How about
Sure.
that?
Sounds
So
good.
from the bottom left where you started, up the left side, it's A, B, C. And then over where Rolen is, that's D. E is the middle one. F is the top. So here's
Yep.
A. You got the description there. Moving up to B, you have all of them have dioramas in them. B is 12 commoners engaged in farming, planting what appears to be corn and wheat, some of the earliest crops. All the dioramas are human. They seem to be 5 tribal warriors using stone-headed spears, possibly maybe some stone, various rocks they would throw. There seems to be a priest wearing a bird costume. Seems to be casting some sort of ritual blessing over the fields. It's pretty clear what they were getting at.
Mm-hmm.
Are they like
C?
really? Are they like
Go ahead.
really highly detailed dioramas? Like you can kind of like, or are they just like very crudely made kind of deal?
How about this? How about I got a picture for you?
There you go.
Ooh.
He's just gonna show us Night at the Museum screenshots. Oh, interesting.
Cool.
Okay.
It's just a general picture for you.
Like
So C seems to be a temple. It is a tiered architecture. Think Aztec temple with 7 commoners bringing offerings of gold and jade. And before the temple stands a priest handling a constrictor snake or something of that nature. And around him are 3 warriors dressed as various animals. One is dressed as a winged serpent holding a spear. Another is dressed as a bear with sharpened stone claws. And the third is a coyote holding a torch. There are several stone statues of the gods, and the bits of gold are being carried by the commoners up to.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
Oh yeah, I think I remember reading something that Tabaxi are extremely afraid of snakes
Oh
and
yes.
cucumbers.
and cucumbers.
Well,
yes,
that is true too. Yes, yes.
You know, these kind of well, I'm just curious on something. Would Smoke and I, being from Mastika, would these look anything familiar to us like this?
Very similar in style, but it would probably be more of an offshoot in terms of same ancestors that developed,
Okay.
but probably split and developed different. Maztica, for example, had many different styles of farming that were not really akin to this. They didn't really harvest wheat as much as they did other things, where they probably harvested more hunting than agriculture. So you would probably guess, from a historical standpoint, this culture and the culture you know of in Maztica share common ancestors, but at some point they diverged and moved to different areas.
Okay. Yeah. Because I just get a feeling, because I was looking at the scout picture that you gave us, and I just kind of got a very Native American kind of sort of
Good,
Aztec
you should.
style. So
That's what you should be getting.
yeah.
As for starting on the other side, where Kosjurkis is, D, it is a scene of tribal warfare. 12 tribal warriors are in combat. The 10 warriors of one side are painted in various black motifs, while I said 12, I apologize, 20, while the 10 on the other side are painted in red motifs, and they are doing battle in this diorama. Moving up to E, it is a display that apparently depicts a creation of the world. The statuettes are stylized, obviously non-human, but they are very divine. They're just, there's a god adorned with various green quetzal feathers. They're mixing ashes and blood to form a little clay figures that appear to obviously be the creation of humans. You have 4 towering figures, red, black, blue, and white, that are standing around a fire, about to make a ritual sacrifice. And so you have numerous things. There is 2 smaller figures there, ringed by the 4 by 4 modest ones, and it's actually labeled out in a foreign language. And it is being consumed by a fire, and the one being sacrificed by a fire, there seems to be a snail-like creature cowering in fear, and it is also labeled in a language you can't read.
Can I go over and try to read it?
Sure.
Request denied.
Yeah, I probably can't read it.
You can't read it.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
It's a language that's probably passed out of common use, so magically would be about the only way.
Hey, guess who has a comprehend languages spell?
But it's not
Spirit?
prepared.
It's a ritual.
Shit.
Oh, could be useful.
Could be.
What's last? Gotta know.
Last but not least, F. Well, not last. You have the middle. In F, you have scenes that shows various forms of crafting. Various commoners weaving rugs, baskets, carving totems, pots, grinding stones for stone weapons, making clothes. Pretty much the gist of it.
And then for the middle.
In the middle is a diorama in the alcove that holds 12 tribal warriors, a scout, a dog, and a panther. One second. So they are variously dioramaed there. That picture I sent you is actually the picture of the scout. That's the picture they give you in the book, to be kind enough to show you what one of the figures look like. So the actual center, it's depicting essentially a hunting party of ancient warriors in feathers, deer hide garments. They seem to be on a mountainside. You can tell that because the diorama in the middle is more detailed. They have the actual dome behind it. It's painted with a mountainside. They seem to have caught and killed a stag, some type of deer. It's obviously being hunted with the aid of a dog. And another group of those commoners are cleaning a deer that's previously been killed. And then elsewhere in the mountainside, the other warriors not involved in the deer hunting have cornered the panther with their spears. And the scout, picture seen, watches the panther from an outcropping above which, holding a metal staff with a loop on its end, looks probably like a shepherd's crook seen in the picture.
I think we lost you there at the end, Tony.
I apologize. Not sure what you heard or didn't hear, but the diorama in the middle is a mountainside with some people hunting a deer, and the other side are trapped a panther. The picture I sent you is a scout, which is on an outcropping with a hooked shepherd's crook staff, watching the panther from above, indicating that he was probably the one that tracked the panther.
Don't forget to roll a d20. All right.
That was a joke, anyways.
I don't know.
I wasn't gonna like hit anything with it, but I was just gonna like produce flame in my palm and see if the door reacts to it. Because Smoke said they saw a sun on it. Or I
Yeah,
could probably see a sun on it too.
yeah.
It does not react.
Ah, shit. Okay, I just dropped a spell.
Weird words in there.
Yeah, if you want, take a look while we try and sort. Think so is like a creation story or some type of mythology, like like the creation of their people, and the middle is what? What does the middle represent in the end?
Yeah, I'm gonna start ritually casting comprehend languages. As he like sets out a bunch of just random crap all around him, and then fucks around with it for like 10 minutes.
Okay. So you're looking for the, let's see here.
Can read.
Okay, so the two smaller figures, the one being burned is labeled as the pimply one. And the one that is cowering in fear, the snail, is labeled Lord of Snails, and then underneath braggart and coward.
Okay.
Word of the snails.
Okay.
This one's bumpy. This one's a scaredy snail.
So door
Very
has
useful.
8 holes. Feel like we gotta do something with the 8 holes. What do you guys think?
Stick your fingers in them.
No, that's not my job.
Okay.
I'll stick the end of one of my end of one of my quarterstaffs in the holes instead. Or maybe the pointy end of my spear.
The quarterstaff is too thick.
Kosjurkis sticks his finger into one of the
Kosjurk-
holes in the door.
So you stick your finger in. It goes in. I mean, it's a fairly wide. You could fit something. Once you get your finger in, it's too thin for a quarterstaff, but your finger goes in. You feel various notches inside. Like once you get about a half an inch in, it seems to have a shape that would be needed to go deeper.
Okay.
Like a key.
And so as soon as Kosjurkis puts his finger in the hole, he starts screaming.
Oh shit, Kosjurkis.
Quick, pull him out!
Yeah, grab him.
So you like pull him out, and he just holds up his finger. He's like,
now you get a sense of humor?
Maybe.
Cuff him in the back of the head, and I go back to the.
We can put stuff in there.
Yeah. Okay, like what?
Maybe the figures.
I was just about to say the same thing. Maybe I tentatively like hesitate, but I reach out and grab one of the figures to lift it up to inspect underneath.
Oh boy.
Okay. The figures don't have anything written on the bottom of them, and they're all pretty short and fat. They're probably not going to fit in those holes.
I set it back down then.
I'll go back over to the middle diorama there, and the scout up top. Can his staff be removed?
He said 1 second.
Okay.
I was in the room, and if I talk when I'm in the room with Tasha, it echoes, creates a feedback for you guys.
No worries.
Thank you. Yes, the staff can be removed. Slides
Ooh.
out without any effort.
We've solved the puzzle.
Is there
Well-
other things being held?
There's 8 holes, so and I just fair warning. Yeah, before we try putting anything else in a hole, any hole.
Ask permission.
Oh, I get. Yes. No.
What?
What we should be worried about is that if we start a process, like I once read a book, and the book talked about the temple, right? And then you had to like do a code to open the door, but then once you started putting the code in, like sand started filling the room, and very bad, right? You die, sand kill you. And so you had to do the code in the right way very quickly, and so I don't want us to
Okay.
start and not finish and then die.
Okay, I'm gonna try something then, because the only thing that can really activate is this transmutation spell. That's
Oh shoot! I forgot to roll a d20.
I rolled it for you, don't worry.
Oh,
But
okay.
no, I'll take yours over mine.
I am going to cast Dispel Magic on the transmutation stuff that's in this room.
Okay, roll a caster check.
I believe in you. Oh no.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Okay. Maybe see if there are any more things like this. And I hold
I'm
up the
assuming nothing
little
happened.
staff.
Yeah, you didn't dispel it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we'll
That's-
look around and for any staff-like.
There are no other figures that seem to have anything similar to what the scout had.
So the scout led them, yes.
Yes.
So I feel like this is important. Like the scout will show us the way type of bullshit, you know. Because these older races, they have all these crazy fucking ideas, yeah. But
Tony, you said there's a gap at the top of the door?
There appears to be, yes.
Oh, so not like kobold sized.
No, it's just a crack.
Okay,
Want me to lift you up and see if you can see anything?
sure.
Okay.
Or can I see anything? I'm like 7 feet tall.
You can take a peek out, but it's such a small view. You can see there's a probably 20-foot long hallway outside, but nothing on the other side. It's just stone. You don't see like anybody outside or anything.
All right, let's start sticking things in holes.
well, so hold on. Yes. The very next thing, but so the 8 holes, yes, are they in any design? Are they in any?
4 on each door, or on each side of the door.
4? Okay.
So one from each alcove,
Wow.
then one
Almost.
from each thing. Well, one from one side of this thing, like this side,
Yeah.
and one from this side. Maybe.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
If
okay.
there's things to.
So that being said, do each of all the holes look exactly the same? They all seem to have the
Yes.
same bullshit going on. Okay.
From the outside, they all appear identical.
Kosjurkis, which one your finger fits?
All of them.
But which one did you finger?
He points it out.
Okay. Be ready, and if there is sand, be prepared to fight it. Okay. And I'll put the key or the staff I have into the hole that Kosjurkis finger blasted.
Okay. It fits in, and as you get it slid in, the staff seems to function as a key, and the door springs open on apparently still functional springs that push it open. And when it does that, it opens up, and you see a small tunnel and a turn to the left there. And from the front, with your passive perception of 18 for Agile Smoke and 17 for Rolen, you notice that there is a gas that's kind of riding along the floor.
Like in the room or the door that we just opened?
Out and from the outside area,
Oh, okay.
the gas is kind of along the floor. Once the door opens, it starts to kind of seep in, not like a rushing sand, but it seems to kind of spread outward
So
from
more
the
like
doorway.
more like a seeping sand.
I'm
Correct.
gonna cast Gust to blow the smoke away from us,
Oh, good move. Yes.
which is just a cantrip.
Okay. So you blast the gas away from you, and it very quickly starts seeping back towards you.
Ah, shit.
It seems to be something a lot like water. It's just accumulated on the other side of the door, and now that the door is open, it's spreading out.
All right, everybody, hold your breath.
So it's probably about knee depth at this
Okay.
point.
What
So,
about
stool height?
Is
Yeah,
it
I was
touching
like,
us?
is it on 4 foot tall, or not even 4 foot?
2 feet tall. Kosjurkis.
A 2 foot tall kobold.
I'm gonna go pick up stool.
Is it
Fair
touching
enough.
us at this point?
It is.
Nobody's burning to death?
No.
Okay. Yes. Okay, let's go. And I'll move up ahead.
And if I can, I'll pick up Kosjurkis too.
Yay!
Stealthy, stealthy, stealthy. Being very quiet. Looking out for traps. What we got here?
Those seem to be stone carved logs. It is an area that looks like it is designed to appear to be logs that are holding the wall up.
But made
They're
of
very well carved.
Strange.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look, see at that, see if there's any like mechanisms or anything that's very trap-like.
Yeah, my detect magic lasts for like 10 minutes. Is it still up or?
It is, and there is nothing magical in the nature.
Okay.
Am I seeing anything like anything mechanical around these, or anything that might suggest that they're, like trap built-in bullshit?
It doesn't appear. They seem to be built into the stone.
I'm gonna take some of the rope out and just like throw it Like over the like just throw it like down the hall like 10 feet. Anything happen?
Okay. No.
Yeah, I'll pull it back in. And I will die when I move over here. No, okay. I'll go, okay, keep coming. It's okay.
You don't seem to trigger any traps.
What's going on with this door? Oh, fuck it. You know what I'm also going to do? Just while we're doing this, I'm gonna eat, as we get up to this door, I'm going to eat some intellect devourer bread.
I'm going to move Jim Jar and Stool.
Yeah, I couldn't move them, so. But. Works.
Yeah, I'm eating one of the intellect devourer brain chunks, like right about now. Can sense the presence and location of any creature within 300 feet. Even if there's stuff in the way. Has to have an intelligence of 3 or higher.
As Ophelia moves forward, you guys hear a click behind you.
Son of a
Oh no.
The entire floor on the left side of those stone logs sinks in just a tiny, imperceptible amount down, maybe 2 centimeters. You just feel a short drop as those logs swing forward. But it's not individual logs, it's the entire wall segment.
Oh
swings.
no.
Ophelia, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Nice.
You easily dodge out of the way, and it doesn't seem to have been very fast. It didn't seem like it was trying to, crush you. And shortly after you guys get to the point, shortly after you guys get to the point where you make sure Ophelia is okay and you guys kind of acclimate yourself, you come to realize that they weren't designed to hurt you. They have now blocked you.
Oh shit.
Oh,
And they swung slowly because as you take a look at them, they were not carved stone logs. They were carved stone logs on the front of solid 10-foot or 5-foot thick stone blocks that have now fallen, essentially creating a wall of 5-foot thick stone behind you.
It's okay.
We
don't want to go back anyways.
Does anyone have a nature skill they would like to roll?
Not professional.
Anybody can roll it.
Oh, okay. Probably Kosjurkis.
I'll do it. Yeah.
There you go.
So as you guys have been standing in this gas for roughly 5 minutes, a few minutes, it isn't hurting you per se. The gas is light. It accumulates as you've now gotten away from the entrance there where it's that area. You notice a couple things. Number one, there is a slight incline, very slight. As you're walking, you can already tell you're walking up. It's not, it's maybe a 2% grade. So you're walking up. The gas is light, so it's starting to accumulate near the ceiling as you get further away, and it is amber in color. It is going to count for light obscuration. If you probably haven't dealt with this too much, let me explain to you what light obscuration means. Light obscuration is essentially, hold on a second. So light obscuration is patchy fog, dim light, moderate foliage, things like that. You get disadvantage on perception checks that rely on sight. So you're going to have disadvantage on perception checks as long as you're in this gas.
Okay.
In addition,
Uh-oh.
any flames, this gas seems to kind of stifle them, doesn't stop them, doesn't blow up or anything. It sputters a little. Seems like the gas is very, very, very slightly flammable, so it kind of little sparks causes them to glow red. It hampers the flame in essence. And lastly, as you guys are standing in it, you notice that it's itchy, starting to irritate your skin.
Mm.
You would wager after maybe an hour of being exposed to this gas, it would start to cause a little bit of damage, a little bit of irritation. For those of you who are curious why I'm explaining this, is because about every hour you're going to take 1d6 points of poison damage. No save.
Shit.
Not us. We're out
Oh.
of here.
Wait, I got something for that.
Not you.
Let's go. Kick the door open. Let's go.
Here's the catch. Taking damage every hour prevents you from taking a short rest
Mm.
Hooray!
and a long rest.
Hooray!
Don't need them.
So as long as you are in this gas, you are not taking a short rest.
And that's
Let us
only
out of the
that's to the left of
stinky
the
gas.
that's to the left of the 15 or that purple line, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
And we will find out exactly how far this gas goes next game.
Ah.
And I will see you guys next week.
Sounds
We'll
good.
see maybe next week. We don't know what all the chaos going on. I will keep you updated.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
You guys have a good week, and thank your girlfriend for getting off the PS4 so you could play.
Yeah, her games aren't important. My game is.
Sure. Sure. All right, everybody.
Catch you guys later.
Yeah.
Wash
see
your
ya.
hands.
Later.
Wash your hands.
Thanks for letting me sit
Should
in,
have been-
everybody.
Should have been doing it
Anytime,
anyways.
man.
No
Have
worries.
fun. Thanks for coming by.
Later, guys.
And
Take it
people
easy.
only just started wiping their butts. Like, come on.
Wait, you're supposed to do that?
And on that note, I'm out.
See you guys.
Later.